So welcome everyone to another Midweek with Max. A lot of exciting things happening. Glad you could all join us. Thank you to our moderators for keeping the peace within the Discord and the community as a whole. And with that, let me kick it right over to Max and team.
All right, awesome. Welcome everyone to another Midweek with Max. Obviously, exciting day, a lot of stuff going on. So just a quick general update for anyone who hasn't seen it. We did list on Binance Spot this morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. So if you have a Binance account, you can now trade Hemi on the spot market instead of the alpha market that it was previously trading on. And we also got listings on some other exchanges, most notably crypto.com. So cool to see all of that this morning. For engineering updates, right now, most of the work has been on ZK provability, and so we're making a lot of progress on the TBC indexer, basically allowing us to zero knowledge prove anything about Bitcoin state in the context of the HVM state transition. So on the path to becoming a ZK rollup on the Ethereum side and also enabling Hbit VM. So a lot of great work there. Also making a bunch of progress on our end-to-end testing environment for L1 smart contract upgrades. So that's moving along, sanding some final edges there, and doing some smart contract development work behind the scenes. Some of that will be more public soon, but includes some updates to the Bitcoin tunnel system as sort of a feature improvement between now and when we actually get Hbit VM deployed. So making some progress there, and tons of miscellaneous stuff, infrastructure improvements, additional rounds of security monitoring, all of those good things. And with that, I will turn it over to Rick, and we can start going through questions.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Also, pardon my bit of scatterbrain. I'm on basically zero sleep, so.
Oh, good God. Again?
Yep.
That.
Hopefully for the last time for a while.
Okay. Let's hope so, sir. It's weird that I wasn't...
JCB is also on no sleep, so he may be a little more spicier than usual, even.
Oh, nice.
I got about 45 minutes of sleep, so it's not zero, but it's pretty goddamn close.
All right. I am very here for this. How about this, then? Let's start with some engineering updates. One of the gentlemen who are on zero sleep, would you like to hit things off?
Yeah, already went through the high level. We are also finishing up the Hbit VM white paper finally, so hoping to get that ideally published end of this week. We are also going to be in Singapore. If anyone's going to be in Singapore for Token 2049, we'll have a lot of the team out there. And so if you're there, hit us up. We'll be doing some events and just at the general conference as well. And yeah, engineering already went through most of the high level updates. Also for the OG role, there's some engineering components for that are being worked on. And so I'm sure we'll get to the OG role stuff as part of the questions. But that's also making good progress.
All right. I promise you we will definitely get to the OG role in questions. Before that, do we have any VBK updates we can share?
Yep, been making some progress on the tech side for that as well. So we should be getting that out by Singapore. May shift some timelines a little bit, but I'm targeting end of next week to have that claim system live.
Awesome news. All right, jumping into questions. General questions. Josh, is this real? When testnet? That was last year. The answer to that is last year.
And also still
that
today.
is a real question.
Okay.
We are actually, speaking of testnet, we will have some changes coming to testnet. So we are going to be, at some point, not sure the exact timing because there's other higher priority items on the current roadmap, but we are going to be updating testnet from using Bitcoin testnet 3 to using Bitcoin testnet 4, which is a lot more stable. It's still a testnet, still not super stable, and there's a lot of reorgs on Bitcoin testnet 4 as well. But we will be making that update, which will make it easier for people who want to start building things around HVM and the Bitcoin kit, because we'll have that more stable version of Bitcoin that does not suffer from at least the difficulty bomb issue that we see on testnet 3. So lower priority item, but that is also in the queue.
But also worth remembering that, mainnet is the real deal now, so we can break testnet whenever we want. It's there to be screwed with. So we're it's to keep us from making a mistake on mainnet. So unlike the days, yes, as Clayton said, it's for testing. So, unlike the days when testnet was the only game in town, we can and will break testnet, and that's a good thing. That is the whole point of those damn things. So they are there to be broken. Hopefully not broken as much as Bitcoin Testnet 3 is, because that is something truly and deeply special all to itself. But, just remember there's, testnet's existence now is for testing. So things break. That's good.
All right. Well, I mean, if we're asking some throwback questions like when testnet, when mainnet, and when TGE, little nostalgia bomb.
We gotta start getting some more wins we can harass Rick with.
I know. It's weird. There's so little wins these days. But
So when GTA 6?
That's March 2026. And to be fair, our bot never lied to people because mainnet and TGE did happen before GTA 6. So take that, non-believers. Okay, on to some Hemi questions. What are the team's priorities before closing out 2025?
Biggest one from an engineering perspective is definitely ZK provability and the broader Hbit VM system. So there's a lot of work still to be done there, but making good progress. So hoping to be significantly advanced in getting that done towards the end of the year. We'll see where exactly we land, but making a lot of progress there. So that's I'd say the main focus before end of year. And then similarly, obviously, stuff on the economic side, getting more liquidity, getting more protocols deployed, getting more yield opportunities, especially those focused on Bitcoin. Just more things to do on chain, more cross-chain interoperability and connectivity to other ecosystems, and tons of other great stuff that the BD team has been working on organizing and lining up.
I've got an engineering priority that I will sort of tease here, as there are things, people can do on chain, and we're going to try to make Rick be a very good resource for teaching people how to do them. So getting Rick to be a, one of the DeFi weenies like the rest of all you jerks is actually an engineering priority. So we're teasing how that is going to happen.
That's true. I believe we are actually doing our first recording on Thursday. I don't know what the subject is necessarily. I'm going into this blind, but yeah, it's basically if I can learn the tech, anyone can, I think is basically the story behind that. So that's fun. Yeah, we're teaching Rick crypto. That's going to be really good. Apparently, there's PowerPoints involved, so I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, well,
oh, sorry.
Not the PowerPoints. I haven't touched goddamn Windows in since years and years. But yes, slides. There are slides.
Okay, there's slides. Not
PowerPoint can go to hell. I don't even have an Xbox anymore. There's no Microsoft here.
All right.
Well, except for Clippy. We do have Clippy here. So
we do have Clippy. I was using PowerPoint like people use Kleenex. Like technically it's a facial tissue, but everyone calls it a Kleenex. So
well, if you call it a facial tissue, that's gonna raise some eyebrows. That sounds troubling.
Right, because it's a Kleenex. All right, we are digressing. I actually did sleep a little, but you are leading me down a dark path, John. So I'm going to move on to the next question, which is, what is the story behind the Hemi logo?
So Hemi, the name is short for hemispheres. So it comes from combining Bitcoin and Ethereum, two hemispheres of the DeFi globe, if you will. And so the logo is both a nod to hemispheres of a planet, basically, as well as also obviously being very close to an H.
Also, sometimes when two blockchains really love each other, they need a special way to show that love.
And through centralized exchanges?
We are not doing that today. No,
wow.
Stop.
Okay.
We are not going down that path, gentlemen. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow. I cannot afford to just die laughing today.
Remind me again. What's the other type of exchange besides? I forget what the acronym is. It's like 3 letters. You had a problem with it like a couple months ago. Not a decentralized exchange. What's the other type again?
It's a centralized exchange, John.
No, yeah, but the acronym though, the 3-letter word. We had a problem with that. I think that turned into a laughing fit a couple months ago. I can just see that happening.
It's sex, okay? The word is. God damn it.
Oh, thank you. I just needed to know. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Yeah, happy to help. All right, when merch?
No updates on merch. It is something we want to get out there, but obviously there's a lot higher priorities still in the queue, but it is something we do eventually want to get out there.
Perfect. Also, someone just said Greenwood sounds like The Undertaker, which I think is really funny.
Thank you.
That's a huge win. All right. Will the Hemi network be supported by you sons of bitches? Will the Hemi network be supported by sexes in the future? God damn it.
We're already on several centralized exchanges. Obviously, as a policy, we don't talk about any future listings or potential listings until they're either announced by the exchange or they go live. But for anyone who wasn't here at the very beginning, we did list this morning on Binance Spot as well as crypto.com. And we're also listed on a bunch of other exchanges. If you go to either CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, you can see the list there. And stay tuned for additional announcements when there are additional listings.
All right. When will VE Hemi be used for voting or listed on any marketplaces?
So for voting, we'll probably have some form of governance within the next, I'd say, probably 2 months. It could be sooner, but giving a relatively longer estimate. And then that'll evolve over time. So it'll start with a simple type of system, snapshot or a snapshot-like system. And then over time, that's going to evolve to a more sophisticated on-chain governance system. And so as that system evolves, basically we will titrate the rewards and the need to either participate in governance directly or delegate your governance votes to make sure that we're actually getting people involved in the governance of the chain. One of the things with Hemi in particular, or Hbit VM in particular, is the need for a very secure governance system for updating zero-knowledge verifiers. And so the ultimate end goal of that is basically we can have these Hbit VM vaults that are created, and then we can update verifiers as we need to, to account for upgrades to the Ethereum L1 system that changes the ZK proofs of Ethereum L1 state, as well as add features to Hemi that we can update those verifiers through governance. And so that's the end goal, but it'll be in the intermediate, we'll have a simpler snapshot-like system. So that's probably in the next few months. And then will it be on any marketplaces? No plans at the moment for that. It's permissionless network, and the VE Hemi positions are transferable. So people could create marketplaces if they wanted to on chain, but we do not at this point have any specific plans for that.
All right. Moving on to our next section, which is the miracle section of questions. When will Hemi Hatchlings NFTs and other official Hemi NFTs list on Micro 3?
That one I do not know about. John Greenwood, I don't know if that's something you have any insights on.
Yeah, I'll talk to them about that today. Wasn't like a thing that we were looking at, or wasn't a top priority, but definitely messaged them this morning. Their time zone comes up, so I should have an answer momentarily.
All right. And if you guys thought we were done talking about Hemi Hatchlings, oh boy, are you wrong. All right. Will there be features added to Hemi Hatchlings in the future?
We are still exploring doing things with the sort of official NFTs. So nothing new or concrete to announce at this point, but it is something that we're looking at as part of the broader incentive system going forward.
Also, it's open source. If people want to build something, it is a great and accessible place to build some shit there. Like, they are there. The code is there. Take it. Do it. That's what open source is for. If you want Hemi Hatchlings to be something new, do it. We would love for you to.
All right. And even though we just mentioned Micro 3, when will there be more NFT marketplaces on Hemi?
Also going to throw that one over to John. I'm not aware of any in the queue, but I'll let John speak to that if there's anything he wants to add.
Wow, they really love the NFT marketplaces. So I think like if I was to attempt to read minds, like people are looking for big names on this, I would say like there's a much higher likelihood of that happening after today. So like that, and I don't know anything, just being completely transparent there. Nothing in pipeline that's like major. There is another one similar to like a Micro 3 that may pop up, but currently have conversations with quite a few. We'll let you know more when there's something going on. And yes, there is like another in the pipeline, but once again, not massive. But I think anything we bring to the table should be really good. And looking at curating like more of an NFT pipeline community. Stuff like that's currently like one of our BD main focuses. Also, like while I'm on it, and might as well mention, like the other big angle at the moment is like bridging partners, Oracle partners, kind of a lot of like what's called infrastructure stuff, helping people onboard, and just kind of the overall kind of strength, unity of the ecosystem, bringing additional like micro kind of the duct tape, if you will, that kind of brings everything together. So working on that at the moment. That's currently the big direction. I did not go to the current event where the rest of the BD team is at right now. Had to hang back this time, but there's a lot of good conversations over there as well. So I expect a lot will be coming in the next few weeks.
All right. Sticking with John Greenwood, I believe this is more geared to you, but anyone, obviously, feel free to answer. Will there and when will the next points program launch?
Yeah. So as we've kind of said, working on the finer details, right? So taking feedback from season 0 and 1 or 1 and 2, depending on what you call it. And fun fact, it's technically season 0 and season 1, but sometimes it gets confusing. But we are working on a bunch of feedback from that. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. Looking at kind of removing any friction on the user side, UI, UX, as well as like latency and showing any like deliverables. So whether that's points or tokens or whatever else it may be, liquid rewards, making sure that users kind of get visibility. Removing any boundaries for that is kind of one of our key markers. Beyond that, now with a token live, it's probably going to be more fluctuated towards liquid markets where, users can go and deploy and get, kind of something more immediate. But looking at like a blended model currently, that's our current thought process. Looking to hone down some details. I think there'll be much more to come within we have a phone call later this week that should substantiate a lot of that. I don't have a date, but if I was to speculate, in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we have a lot of Merkle campaigns. So providing liquidity right now on like 12 pairs will net you instant rewards 4 times a day on Merkle. It doesn't get much better than that. So that's kind of our interim. We will always, have campaigns like that running combined with whatever we decide to do with our wider incentives program in the future. And the kind of last comment on this, looking at, besides all the other stuff I've mentioned, doing something that's kind of more holistic in the sense of my word for it is like reputation based. I think really it's just like being a good ecosystem player, right? And what does that look like? We're still kind of determining, but maybe using user actions or history in order to define, what multipliers or weight looks like would be, one of those possibilities. So once again, none of this is decided and it's more of a team-wide conversation, but we'll have something very soon. And I can assure you that it will be much smoother than previous seasons. So looking forward to that.
All right, thank you, sir. And no, I will not say the acronym for centralized exchanges again, but thank you for posting numerous images asking me to. When will there be more details about Hemi staking?
Those are also being finalized. I hope we can have economic details about that out in the next, say, 2-ish weeks. So we still have some numbers to finalize and probably some economic modeling to do, but that is coming soon.
All right. When will we be able to receive Season 1 rewards for liquidity and staking?
So if you're referring to the season that already passed, those claims were already distributed in the original claim group and then the update that we made for the missing Spectre and Dodo points. Just as on that note, if you were missing any tokens for Spectre or Dodo in mainnet season 1, and you haven't heard this in previous midweek with maxes, there is a new claim group live. So you can go to the regular claim group site. You'll see 2 tabs at the top. Click the second tab and see if you're eligible for that second claim. If you're referring to the future mainnet season, that information will be announced once we actually finalize what that season looks like. Like John said, we're trying to simplify it and focus on fewer, more impactful things for users to do, and also more immediate feedback. So it may not take the structure of season 1 where it was, waiting X amount of time until the season ends and then doing all the final tallying. Parts of that incentive program are probably going to be more instant feedback. There may still be points components that do work more in the season format. So more details coming there soon, but it will take a different shape than season 1 for sure.
All right. Will the allocation for creative roles be given to those who received roles after TGE? So I think they mean like in the future for some other kind of, dare I say, drop or something.
I'll say for the current creative incentives, those were fixed to be only the creators at the time of TGE. I'm sure we'll do more additional stuff with the creators in the future, but you won't be part of that initial TGE creator distribution.
All right. Oh, here we go. Okay, on to the Hemithic/OG role. When will it be possible to claim the Hemithic/OG role?
So we're still finalizing some tech pieces. The current target is for early October.
All right. Will it be possible to select a wallet for OG/Hemithic role rewards?
Yep. Yeah. So the way this is going to work is you'll be able to link multiple different addresses. So if you had met some of the criteria, for example, you minted the Demos only me ID on testnet with one address, and then you verified it on mainnet with another address, and then you had a third address that had other on-chain activity before a certain time that qualified you. You'll be able to link all those addresses to your Discord, and you'll be able to choose which one set as the primary. And then whichever one you set as the primary is where the rewards for the OG role will be distributed to.
All right. Oh, someone made a chart of all the when questions. You forgot when cow. When cow is an important one. All right. When will the OG role tokens be distributed?
So we'll announce the final timing as we get closer, but basically, as soon as claims go live, there's going to be somewhere between a 14 and a 30-day window. So everyone who wants to claim the OG role has to claim it within that time period, and then once that claim period ends, then everyone will get their rewards distributed based on the number of people who are actually in the claim group.
All right. And if you thought we were done with OG role questions, Max, well, we got one more. Does the Demos me ID eligibility requirement also require verification on mainnet?
It does, and John Greenwood, going to put you on the spot here. I think we are going to allow people to do a verification up until the claim group, the OG role claim actually starts. So as long as you mint it on testnet, if you verify on mainnet before the OG role claim groups, then we will count that. So you don't have to have verified in either of the previous mainnet epochs. If you did, that's perfectly fine, and you've already fulfilled that obligation. But if you haven't, I think we will let people verify their mainnet only me IDs up until the claim process starts.
Correct. That was spot on as well from my point of view. That is how everything should function.
Great. That's great news. All right. Oh, wow. Well, we have 2 questions left, and they are both engineer specific. So, when will... Oh, here we go. I was wondering when someone was going to ask this. When will the new POP payout reward algorithm be implemented?
Still targeting end of this week. I'm doing some final testing, which took a bit longer with other priorities popping up. So maybe delayed to early next week.
All right. Any updates on the Hbit VM white paper timeline? When can we expect the 1-of-n collateral model to go live?
So getting very close to finalization on the Hbit VM white paper. We are also adding a interesting section on how you can basically take 95% of the Hbit VM system and turn it into a native Bitcoin staking system that doesn't have the extractable one-time signature limits. So we're adding that section in, hoping to get that done this week before I fly out to Singapore. And then as far as when it'll actually go live, there's a lot of scope that has to get completed, and so it's hard to give an exact estimate. I would hope to at least see a lot of the components of it being tested on testnet by the end of the year, and then hopefully actually launching in production either the end of this year or more realistically, probably early next year.
All right. Just kind of. Oh, here we go. I think we already asked that one, Josh. But just in case folks joined late, when will we have more details about VBK? Sorry for being redundant.
Before the end of next week. I know it's gotten delayed several times. There's been other priorities, but we are committed to getting that done in the near future.
All right. Will the OG rewards be vested?
TBD, there will certainly be a liquid portion. What the ratio is still to be determined, and we'll probably announce that in the next week or 2.
All right. Is that the... Oh, actually, you know what? What the hell? We'll ask this one. Oh, wait. Oh, here's a real question. That's even better. Will OG rewards be claimed through the portal or distributed?
So the OG rewards, it depends on exactly how we do the on-chain mechanics. So I'm going to say TBD. It'll probably go through a claim dashboard, but not guaranteed.
All right. I will ask for Miracle, even though I assume they were arch enemies. Will the intern ever be unbanned from Discord?
I mean, there's other people in Discord with unbanned abilities besides myself, so possibly.
That's very
As long
true.
as it doesn't pull any more stunts.
He did give away your hair tokens, though.
He did indeed.
I just want to be very, very transparent about that. So before we start unbanning him, when the Hemi channel, I don't know. Do you guys really need a channel just to say Hemi? Can't you just do that in the other channels? Is that crazy? Oh, hold on. We got any hints if you're planning to launch InfoFi? On cookies, we are still in the pre-TGE stage.
That is, I think, the first time I've ever heard the term InfoFi. I'm going to throw that over to Ryan.
Yeah, so I'm actually chatting with them about updating that. I saw that last night. Actually, it's still listed as pre-TGE, and we're not pre-TGE, so that needs to be updated. As far as any campaigns, we don't have any scheduled or planned yet. But I am looking into their audience. They have a new system, audience capital market, ACM. So that looks interesting. But again, it's a little bit of going back to research on that, and if not cookie, just looking at what other things we can do to engage the community and go from here.
All right. Ryan, don't mute just yet because I got another one for you, buddy. Will the top 21 yappers on Yap Market be distributed this week or next week or some other time?
We said 30 days post TG, so it should be, what's that, like 28th, I believe? 28th or 29th, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Are there any events like a hackathon that Hemi is hosting in the near future?
We definitely will be doing some of those going forward. There's nothing currently scheduled, but that is something we want to start doing as we also roll out the like more formal pipeline for builder incentives and bounties and grants for people building stuff on Hemi. So definitely stay tuned. Nothing at the moment to announce, but definitely something we want to start spinning up.
All right. Any Hemi perp trading competition events? Something like 10K Hemi for who has the biggest PNL or biggest volume on Hemi perp trading.
I know we are doing some trading competitions. I'm going to throw this one over to John Greenwood because he's a little closer to the pulse on those.
Yeah, so a couple of things. New purse platform, Molnar X, technically like not new this week, but kind of staged and got that ready this week. So it's a new one. We have something in the line with them as far as a competition. Considering doing something with Sartori again. That's a maybe. Depends on timing. So in general, I guess there's a good chance, and then I would look at other possible perpetual options that may pop up. So I think let's let dust settle a little bit. We'll do something on that side very soon.
All right. When will Hemi Pop rewards be unlocked?
We should possibly end of this week, definitely before the end of next week at the latest.
All right. How cost efficient is Hemi for frequent microtransactions, like buying API calls, renting model time, or paying per inference?
Good question. So Hemi is optimized more for security and stability than it is for extremely high throughput. That's just one of the engineering trade-offs you make when you're designing a chain. You can go the 100,000 transactions a second route, but not be able to decentralize the protocol and have it break and freeze all the time, or you can go fewer transactions but much more stability, security, decentralization. Hemi's plan for scalability is going to be through L3s with Chain Builder. And so with Chain Builder, what you're going to be able to do is customize where your chain sits in those trade-offs. And so, as an L2, it's right now very cost efficient to do stuff, but not down to the level of doing very small microtransactions, gaming NFT transactions, things of that nature. But we will be supporting people who want to launch L3s that basically trade off some of the decentralization and additionally DA costs in order to have higher throughput, lower cost transactions. And we'll see that those applications naturally migrate to L3s or even at some point L4s, L5s, where they can be a lot more cost effective and then eventually settle back down to the Hemi L2 as that sort of base settlement layer.
All right. Generalized question. Are there marketing updates to share?
I'm going to throw that one over to Mo.
Thanks. No real marketing updates to share right now. This has been an excellent day launching the token on Binance, and just so much going on and so much that has gone into this. And the best place to see all the marketing updates will be across social medias and the weekly newsletter. So nothing to talk about right now. I'm also conscious of forward-looking statements, but stay tuned.
All right. Joshua, do we have anything else in the hopper? I'm not seeing anything. Oh, God damn it. Should we have a vote to unban the intern? Max, I'm going to turn that one to you.
I'd say let's do it. Although I think we know what the outcome is going to be.
God damn it. All right. I'll put a poll up after this. Why do you guys want the intern back? I think it's just to ruin my life. When karaoke, we can get back to that in a week or two, if that's cool. We can get back to Rap God in a week or two. What the hell? If not next week, we'll do it the following. Well, yeah, season 2 karaoke. We'll reopen the Rap God role. What the hell? I think that is it. Oh God, Josh already made the son of a bitch. All right. Well, I think that is all for the general questions. Gentlemen, does anyone want to do an outro before I turn it over to Alex for a community update? Or would you prefer we do community update and then do outros?
I did see one question from Alpha asking about building a ZK authenticated AI model marketplace on Hemi. So for model weights, the question is, for AI model weights, do you recommend storing full data? I just scrolled off. Full data off chain and only the Merkle root on chain. Yeah, that'd be the most efficient way to do it. So you just store the Merkle root of the weights on chain, and then the ZK proof would verify against that Merkle root. You could build a system where you use a low-cost DA provider for some models, but that would then make those models open source, and so that would only be good for a computation marketplace, not where you're buying inference against proprietary models. So you could store models on low-cost DA systems, but probably the most interesting version of that would be just simply storing the Merkle root on chain, and then that lets you also do inference against proprietary models without revealing it. So it's not just a compute marketplace, it's also a model marketplace.
Awesome. All right. So, gentlemen, prefer to do outros or turn it over to Alex for community and then do outros?
Why don't we do Alex first and then outros?
Sounds good. Alex, I'm turning the floor to you, sir. If you're talking, we can't hear you. Hold on, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to try to tag you. No, can't hear you. Yes, I know you can all hear my click. That's fine. It's a new keyboard. All right, well, why don't we do outros? And then we can get back to Alex when his mic starts working again. How about that?
All right, sounds like a plan. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for another Midweek with Max. Obviously a very exciting day, and this is only the beginning. Tons of exciting features, protocols, use cases for Hemi to come. So stay tuned in the near future for the updated pop payouts algorithm, the Hbit VM white paper, and some other miscellaneous smaller items that will be shipping relatively soon, as well as the bot for the OG claim roll. And with that, I will see you next week.
All right. Thank you all. I'm going to hang out for the community update. I encourage you all to do the same just as soon as Alex's mic starts working. Oh, he's having a mic issue. I've been there every week at the start of Midweek with Max. Typically, numerous times. When will Hemi Alliance be updated, sir? So, I can address that real quick. So, Hemi Alliance kind of is at an end. We will have more programs and a more transparent ambassador program coming. I don't know when, TBD, but yeah, the alliance is kind of over for the time being, and we're going to come up with a better, more transparent that I think folks will really enjoy. I just don't have details to share yet. Oh, Alex, did I hear your mic? I did not.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
Now over to Alex for
Sorry.
community update. All good, brother.
I just switched it on my phone because I was a microphone issue. So sorry for this. And I just will make a brief update about what happened in the community last days. So for first, we have Harvesting, ex-Hemi Bros, who launched their game on next week. That will be a farm game. I don't have a lot of details, but you can see the first pick in their Twitter. After it, in air, we have launched 2 new incentives for liquidity providers. One on Hemi pool, Hemi USDC pool, and another one for air token, Hemi token. So there is 10 million air token on the table. So just go on farm this pool. We have the new collection, the Odd Rider NFT, who will launch normally next week. We just have an issue with MinPark actually. MinPark and could have some trouble with their website. So that's why your first anniversary NFT collection is not already listed. And that's why the odd is not launched yet. I mean, that's it for the main news. Oh, I just forget, and I want to say thanks to Funky Sasquatch. Funky Sasquatch create a little coin flip game. You can engage some air, and it's a little bet. It's a simple little game, but we will integrate it in our website. I mean, in 1 or 2 weeks, the time to make the job. So thank you to Funky, and that's it for me for this week. Sorry again.
Thank you very much, sir. And I encourage everyone to check out Community Creative Gladdy's Hemi Heads games. They're really fun. I'm not very good at them, but they're very fun. I'm trying to get better. It's much better than that game that Alex has in the air server where I don't know what I'm doing, and everyone's like, it's kind of like Risk, but then I immediately just lose all my troops, and I don't even know how to move. So if you're good at that, that's great for you, and I'm jealous. But I think that is all we have for this week, so thank you all. Great day, exciting day, a lot of things on the horizon. Keep the energy up, folks. For mods, creatives, kick me that top 3 of contest ideas, because yeah, we want to get some stuff going in the next couple of weeks. And then, thank you to our entire moderation team, the Hemi team, and the millions watching around the world, and those in attendance. So, take care, all. Thank you very much. Oh, good God, Citizen Nath. It is not a sign, but it is funny. All right, take care, all.